When I was a kid, we used to rag on pickups that didn't come with a V8. Actually, think about it, we still do. But if you wanted to convince somebody that a twin-turbo V6 was every bit as capable as any V8, 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque, that's a damn fine way to do it. And that is exactly what the upgraded 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine delivers in the 2017 Raptor, which is an insane amount of power in a truck that's this easy to drive. But then that was Ford's goal. Everything about this new Raptor has been designed to make your life easier and to make you feel like you're a better driver. Whether it's prepping for, driving to, or actually tackling your next off-road adventure, this Raptor, it's thought of nearly everything ahead of time. So what's different? Well, let's start with the chassis. The F-150 got a new chassis, so the Raptor gets some new bones as well, albeit with some reinforcements. You can't have people screaming about bent frames again. They used a lot of lightweight materials in the frame, and along with the aluminum body and these composite fenders and hood, the new F-150 is down a claimed 500 pounds. And the frame's not just reinforced, it's been modified along with the body to give the Raptor a 30-degree approach, 22-degree breakover, and 23-degree departure angle. If you get it as a super cab rather than the super crew you see here, you'll save $3,000 and have yourself the shortest extended cab F-150 on sale by nearly a foot, meaning climbing over things is even easier. But it's not just about dirt performance. Today's gentleman off-road racer demands to drive to the course in total comfort. So these 3-inch 9-stage bypass Fox shocks, they're a ½ inch larger than previously, and they're designed specifically to work best at speed while still providing 13 inches of front and 13.9 inches of rear wheel travel. That's 0.8 inches and 1.9 inches improvement both ways. The same thought went into these massive tires. Ford co-developed these with BF Goodrich specifically for the Raptor's chassis and suspension, so they'd all work together to deliver off-road capability without sacrificing on-road comfort. To be honest, it's the same thought that went behind the upgraded 3.5-liter EcoBoost. Why suffer the penalties of a thirsty V8 when you can get more power and better fuel economy from a twin-turbo V6? To achieve the monstrous increase over the standard 3.5-liter, they fitted the Raptor's engine with high compression pistons and turbo compressor, allowing peak boost of 18 psi, some additional cooling to handle all that pressure and heat, and a true dual exhaust system with an X-pipe. Power comes on early, and peak torque shows up at 3,500 RPM, with horsepower following quickly behind at 5,000. And it's all sent through a new 10-speed transmission that was co-developed with Ford and GM. You're going to see it on the Camaro ZL1 and the 2018 Mustang. And it does a pretty good job. You know, it will bang or crash here when it's cold every once in a while, and it does sometimes get confused by high RPM induced by wheel spin. But other than that, I mean, it'll let you roll along the highway at 70 miles per hour and only be doing 1,800 RPM, so it is doing its job. The real magic is in this drive line. Now, it has the normal rear-wheel drive, 4 low, 4 high, and all of that, but because of a new torque-on-demand transfer case, it can act as an all-wheel drive system. It works in concert with the electronically locking diff and the mechanically locking 4x4 system, but this will just, if you put it in auto, send power to the front wheels whenever it needs it, and it makes you seem like you know what you're doing when you really, really don't. I really, really don't, and I'm having a great time here. Now, this all works with Ford's terrain management system and its various drive select modes. You know, they each have their own distinct settings for steering and throttle and transmission response, as well as the transfer case and differential settings. And yes, you can do rear-wheel drive in Baja mode. But this is just further proof that Ford is trying to make off-road fun accessible to anyone. You can go out in this, anybody with no experience really, and just have some fun off-road. I mean, you're not going to learn a ton about driving off-road. The truck is going to be doing most of that, but it doesn't mean you're not going to be having some fun. Now you can get into a Super Cab Raptor for a little under 50 or a Super Crew for a little over. But if you want the kind of stuff that you see here, you're gonna have to pay a bit more. This has got the 802A package, which is an extra $9,400, and the technology package, which is another $2,000 on top of that. And with all the other little options that they tacked on here, this version goes for $67,000. That's a lot of money. But for that, you have absolutely everything you could possibly want out of this thing. You have heated and cooled seats. You have power everything, including pedals. You have LED lights everywhere, on the mirrors, in the bed, inside, outside, cameras everywhere. You even have 6 already wired auxiliary switches up here. So if you want to add lights or anything else, you don't have to worry about cutting into your loom or anything like that. It's ready to go for you already. When you're on the highway, you've got blind spot monitoring, you've got lane keep and warning and assist, you've got collision warning and assist, you've got parking aids, you've got everything you could possibly want. Adaptive cruise. I mean, this is as much of a daily driver as you could possibly want out of something that can do this level of off-roading right out of the box and get a warranty. It's not bad. So how'd they do with this new Raptor? Well, it seems sometimes like no one can talk about the Raptor except hyperbolically. So picking out instances where it hasn't really lived up to the boasts, that's not exactly hard. Does this thing have impeccable road manners and performance? No. I mean, it's a big giant truck on big knobby tires and huge shocks and suspension. It doesn't handle like a sedan. However, am I extremely impressed with how it does handle? Yeah, I am. Is the twin turbo V6 everything that the V8 was and more? No, it's not. I mean, it's definitely more powerful than the old V8, but it's thirstier here. I mean, at 15 city miles per gallon and 18 highway, it's not beating the numbers of the old V8, even with its 16 combined miles per gallon. And to be honest, I'm getting closer to 14, so it doesn't even manage that. But what this does do is the exact same thing as the Shelby GT350. It makes you capable of stuff you couldn't otherwise manage, and it gets you there in comfort. I mean, you can daily drive this and pretty much do everything short of actually compete in the Baja. I mean, slap a roll cage in, you can do that too. The bottom line, the original Raptor was the highest volume SVT vehicle ever, and this one's better. Hey, thanks for watching. For full details on the new 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor, just click the link in the description. You can head over to CarGurus.com and read my full review. And for more car reviews, just subscribe to the channel.